we read about the lumbering companies, or what is Pacific Lumbering Companies, cutting the old forest in the West, and all the discussion of the rights of the corporation, the need for jobs, all the arguments that are used for and against. But there's a loss, maybe a loss of money, loss of jobs, loss of whatever. But what is the real loss? It's a soul loss. Not to have that is to lose our souls. And so what we're losing, when we lose the beautiful things of the world, it's not simply losing lumber or not food or an aesthetic delight. It's a loss of soul. And so, this sounds kind of moralistic, I'm sure, but and a little bit heavy, but but there's a point to it, though. And I would like to point out how this functions in the conduct of life through the U.S. Constitution. I'm accustomed to say that the U.S. Constitution in the country I come from is our single greatest obstacle of the ecology movement. And people say, also, well, as I said before, it's because the Constitution gives all the rights to the human, and it's so interested in protecting people from human oppressions of one kind or another, that it doesn't consider that it liberates the community to be an oppressive force on the natural world. So we turn our fight for property and the capacity to do what we wish for our property, we turn that into a basis of oppressing the land and of taking over the land with no real communication with it. So that is the context in which my thinking goes as regards the legal setup. Now, my proposition is that every being has three rights: the right to be, the right to habitat, and the right to fulfill its role in the great community of existence. Three basic rights. Now, there are some people that talk about rights and that some animals are very close to us and all that, and we should extend human rights. Not human rights. Human rights would do no good for the animals. If they tried to follow the human mode, they wouldn't survive. Animals need animal rights. Fish need fish rights. Birds need bird rights. Trees need tree rights. Grass, the worms in the soil need rights to fulfill their particular role. When we do this, and we have no rights to interfere with this. To assume that we have rights now over the natural world now, where do we get this idea that we have rights to use the natural world in a kind of a limitless way? Well, we get it from our religion. We are such wonderful spiritual beings. I wonder. But we get it from our political, and we get it from our education. And it's in education that, in particular at university level education, that I focus my work in recent years, because the education teaches the various professions. And when I talk to educators and university administrators or presidents or whatever, I say ecology is not a course, it's not a program, it's the foundation of all courses, all programs, all professions, because the ecology is a functioning cosmology. And the cosmos, or the universe, is the only self-referent mode of being in the phenomenal world. So the universe isn't primarily human referent. The universe is the whole community is universe referent, and within the community of the earth is earth referent. And everything on earth gets its place within that community. And its rights and its glory rest on its role within that community. But that community is primary. And that's what's difficult. And that's why take economics. In economics, our schools of economics teach people how to exploit the natural world. They don't teach the basic first law of economics. The first law of economics is very simple. The first law of economics is to protect the integral economy of the planet, because human economics, the human economy is a subsystem of the earth economy. And to foster the human economy by destroying the earth economy is just absurd. It's like sinking the ship that keeps you afloat. And the same with medicine. The first law of medicine is not to take care of humans. The first law of medicine has to be to take care of the health of the planet. Because you cannot have well humans on a sick planet. And that's what we're trying to do. And we're trying with all our genetic science to negotiate genetic cures for things that are caused by the illness of the planet. A healthy planet is the condition of healthy humans. A healthy earth economy is the foundation of the human economy. In law, ethics, we have to have an ethics. A basic law of biology is that every species should have opposed species or conditions that limit each species, so that no one species or group of species would overwhelm the others. But there's the human has to limit voluntarily. Of all the animals, and this is where Chesterton used to always say that the human is the only wild animal. All the other animals live within their proper limits. It's genetically coded, and it's worked out in the genetic basis of the natural world. But the humans have intelligence and must self-limit. And that is a basic law. And we must do this within this larger sense of the great community of existence, which has to be our basic reference.